I have no superstitions at all, but I don't like writing in the evening or late at night. So I'm the opposite of a sort of night owl. Early morning, loads of tea and coffee, and if I can get wrapped up sometime after lunch, I'll be quite pleased, and then go for a very long dog walk. I was working in Libya during the revolution. I was kidnapped by some Tuareg militia back in 2011, and that was rather terrifying, especially when they said I was going to be executed in the morning. The next morning, they started digging a hole in front of me, and that was pretty scary as well. And I joked with my Libyan friend, our lives are in the hands of Allah now, and he just looked at me as I was a complete fool and said, of course they are. What are you talking about? And in the end, the hole that was being dug in front of us wasn't, fortunately, to bury us. It was to erect a little awning to give us shade so they could put some sticks in the ground and breathe a deep sigh of relief. One of the books on a sort of a teetering pile of books is someone who's been shortlisted for the Baillie Gifford, I think, again, Richard Holmes, one of the 2-volume biography of Coleridge, which is one of my favourites. And there is also a piece of musk from Tunis. I don't think I really believe in guilt much. So I'm more in favour of lots of pleasure with none of the guilt. I remember there was a 9-year-old boy being told off quite severely by a schoolmaster because I was reading lots of Biggles and Just William. And I think at that point I thought, I don't want to ever feel guilty about reading what I like whenever I like for the future. And I've tried to hold firm to that ever since. I think because I've covered a lot of exploration in histories over the years, the one thing I quite rather like the idea of exploring beyond our planet. So I suppose that would make me want a wannabe astronaut. I think it would have to be a very ponderously titled book from the early 19th century called A Narrative of Travels in Northern Africa in the years 1818, 19, and 20. And I can assure everyone that it's a much better read than the title. And it was all about explorers looking at the North Africa and the Saharan slave trade, which then set me on my way for my first book, and which has also enabled me to travel by camel across the Libyan Sahara, which really was the experience of a lifetime.